So as you can see, this is about 30 students who lead this walkout, and they are guided out. People are cheering because they're being guided out by the cops. There are about 6,600 students here. So it is a very small minority. And you can hear the students booing the walkouts. Okay, there's a very small minority, but these are the people that the Democratic Party is catering to.
Ben Shapiro is still losing his mind over the same issues, still losing his mind over Tucker Carlson going on Joe Rogan and talking about what they talked about, still losing his mind over Candace Owens and why she was fired from the Daily Wire. He starts talking about actual issues that are happening within the country, but he can't help himself, and he goes directly into talking about all of that drama. Let's check out this clip here from Ben Shapiro's show over on the Daily Wire.
And I will question just how religious you are when you support transgenderism, same-sex marriage, and abortion as a point of course in your politics. But she's supposed to understand all of that, but she doesn't. Because there is a radical wing of the Democratic Party that has now taken the helm in the center of the Democratic Party. Remember, Nancy Pelosi used to be more moderate than she is. Barack Obama shifted the party to the left, and then Bernie Sanders shifted the party even more to the left. And all Joe Biden is a stand-in for a weather vane. He is just a human weather vane. He is no longer sentient, if he ever was. Even when he was sentient, he was a weather vane. Now he is an inanimate object at the center of the Democratic Party. He is a cork bobbing on the waves of the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party has decided to cave to its most radical members, people who apparently think that God is very bad and that guns are very bad, and that the vast majority of Americans are only voting Republican because they hate gay people or some such nonsense. That is not a winning formula. The people that the Democratic Party are catering to right now are an army of losers. I've mentioned this. That's not every Democratic voter. The vast majority of Democratic voters are not members of the army of losers. I'm talking here about people who wish to rebel against the meritocracy, who believe that traditional values are inherently wrong and bad, the kinds of people who led a student walkout at Duke University because Jerry Seinfeld was speaking, which is something that happened over the weekend.
Jerry is also serving as our commencement speaker today.
And everything that Ben Shapiro just said was based, but it's kind of like the normie talking points. Like, yeah, we all know this stuff, right? We all know that the Democrats are bad. They're pushing bad agenda onto children and everything like that. We know, man. Like, we've heard the same thing over and over again. But what Ben Shapiro does here is transition directly into the things that he actually cares about, which has nothing to do with America. It's not America first. It's not a difficult discussion. It's just all emotionally charged and just the stuff that he likes to talk about, which is that other country that he likes a lot more than America. Let's check this out.
So as you can see, this is about 30 students who lead this walkout, and they are guided out. People are cheering because they're being guided out by the cops. There are about 6,600 students here. So it is a very small minority. And you can hear the students booing the walkouts. Okay, there's a very small minority, but these are the people that the Democratic Party is catering to. They're catering to the people like the graduate of Columbia University. They had the graduation over the weekend. And one graduate of Columbia University decided, because she was wearing a keffiyeh and because she hates Israel.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
That she was going to rip up her worthless diploma, which is fine. I mean, honestly, she had a master's of social work, so she may as well burn the diploma anyway, since that's a useless degree. Here she was. This is being celebrated. She walked up wearing handcuffs and a keffiyeh, and then she starts tearing up her diploma, and then holding up her cap to the applause of pretty much no one. Of course, this was all to be expected because, again, she had her flag membership in the army of losers emblazoned right on her graduation outfit. She had the ribbon around her neck, and it had the Trans Pride Progress.
And to be completely clear, like, I think that's also cringe. Like, I don't think you should be doing that. That's pretty dumb, Obviously, the things that are happening in this war that people are protesting on college campuses and stuff, it sucks on both sides. And I know that you're tired of hearing that talking point, but it does suck. Like, there are bad things that happen to the people of Israel. There's definitely bad things happening to the people of Gaza, for sure. But it's nothing to do with us, that's what it comes down to. Like, where are the protesters that are actually America first? Where are the protesters that are saying, let's not give any more money to, this war that's resulting in a lot of civilian, innocent children casualties? Like, let's not do that anymore. Where are those protesters at? Why do they not exist? Why do we have so many protesters that feel so passionately about one side or the other of these foreign countries that are at war that we have nothing to do. Like, obviously we're involved in it, but not because we have to be, because we want to be. Why are there so many people taking such strong sides and literally losing their jobs like Candace Owens because Ben Shapiro feels so strongly about this stuff? But there's nobody protesting that we should pull out of this war. Like, we should not be involved in it. We should not fund the slaughter of innocents. Why is that not a thing?
Flag and Palestinian flag and all the rest of that sort of stuff. These are the people to whom the Democratic Party has decided to appeal. This is the clear logic of the Democratic Party at this point. Internationally, by the way, the left has done the same thing. A good example of this was over at Eurovision. So Eurovision is this huge event in Europe. Every year, they have a competitor from each European and Western country compete. And the people who win are typically members of the army of losers, far leftists who hate traditional values. The winner this year was a non-binary Swiss rapper. If this is good music to you, then I challenge whether you have eardrums or not. Non-binary rapper, which means a dude who dresses in ladies' clothing sometimes. And that was not the only competitor in the army of losers. There is a competitor from Ireland who calls itself Bambi Thug, protesting Israel. This person is apparently a Satanist.
Do you guys notice how, like, at first in this Ben Shapiro clip, he was talking about issues within America, and then, like, he just can't help himself. Like, he has to just transition over into what's happening over there because he cares about that so much more. And these people feel like that's such an important war and such an important issue because they care about more what happens over there than what happens here. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Like, Tucker Carlson was correct on Joe Rogan. Candace Owens is correct. It's very obvious. It's very blatant that they were correct now.
Which, I mean, honestly, would Satan even want this person? This is a bad look.
Because it has been so hard. It has been so hard. And I'm so proud of us. And I just want to say, we are what the Eurovision is. The EBU is not what the Eurovision is. The EBU, I don't even care anymore. Them.
This human is this Satan-looking person.
The queers are coming.
The queers are coming.
Non-binaries.
Wow, the queers are coming. Non-binary, and of course, very upset that Israel was there. Why? Israel is the only tolerant country when it comes to alternative sexualities in the Middle East. Doesn't matter. The whole point is army of losers, which is why, of course, Eden Golan, who's a normal-looking woman who sang for Israel, ended up competing at Eurovision and was protested by literally tens of thousands of people, including Greta Thunberg, as we mentioned.
It does kind of suck that if you're anti-Ben Shapiro, anti the Daily Wire, and not necessarily anti the country that they love so much, but anti, like, America involvement in that war, you have to, like, kind of align yourself with these weirdos, because I don't want to do that. I don't like those people. They're very weird to me. And I think that their alliance and their allegiance to the other country in that war, to Palestine, to Gaza, is strange as well. It feels like they just want to attach themselves to any sort of movement that they can use to be anti-American. Like, they just want to hate America, and any movement that they see as a opportunity to profess their hatred for America, they're going to take it. That's what it feels like. And I don't want to align myself with those people because I'm not aligned with them, you know, in any way. I don't even fully support the Palestinian or you know, the other side either. I don't fully support either of them. I just want America out of it. And I don't want my tax dollars going towards slaughter. I just don't. That's my only stance on it. So it sucks that I have to align, like, by proxy, I'm aligned with those people because I don't want to be. And I feel like a lot of people who agree with me will feel the same way. Like, you don't want to be aligned with those weirdos. They're weirdos, man. And they also don't even actually care about the causes that they're claiming to support. They just want to be anti-America, or they just want to be edgy. You know, they just want to be supporting the current thing.
Last week. And as it turns out, the normies are now having their revenge, because when it came to the popular vote, the jury, there's two aspects of Eurovision. One is the jury vote, which is all of the elites who decide who was the best performer. And apparently they thought that Swiss non-binary rapper was just incredible and had to win. But when it came to the actual vote of, you know, human beings living in Europe who voted, Israel ended up placing second in the popular vote. In fact, Israel topped the popular vote in Britain, Spain, Germany, France, Finland, Sweden, Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, Portugal, and Italy. Because as it turns out, People don't like the army of losers. We'll get to more on this in a moment. First, I want to let you in on something that I find highly irritating.
I don't care. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about Ben Shapiro and the fact that he cannot stay away from that issue. Like, he tries his best. He had the topic written down to talk about some American issues, and then he had to pivot over into the really important things in the Daily Wire and in Ben Shapiro's eyes. Let me know what you're thinking about Ben Shapiro and the whole controversy recently happening with Ben, Candace, Tucker, everybody else. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this whole situation.